Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Upper St. Clair High School for girls volleyball. Tonight, it's October 10th, and the Blue Devils from out Lebanon High School have come to town. And the match is underway. I'll set the starting lineups in just a minute. And in a very nice recovery attempt, Alex Davin can't quite get to that one. And the Blue Devils draw first blood at 1-0. We're in game number 1 of this best-of-5 match. Each game goes to 25. You win by 2, so we've got a long way to go tonight. We hope you'll stay with us on Cable 7. My name's Kevin McGahee. My cameraman is Mike Muller. And we'll do our best to bring you the events and the competition tonight. Bridget Slowey picks that one out of the air. Katie Kennedy with the set and a double hit. The Blue Devils open up with 3 straight points to take an early 3-0 lead here in game number 1. And there's a gift. The Panthers get on the board with a gift. A serve that flies out of bounds wide right. And Katie Kennedy, the junior setter, will start the serving for the Panthers. Lofted back over. Caitlin McGahee with the attack, and it falls in right on the stripe. Off a very nice set, Caitlin McGahee with her first kill of the night. The junior middle hitter, well, junior will be redundant here. Every player on the Panther squad is a junior. There are no seniors on this team. As you know, if you've been following us all season long, and that's just a little tap over by the junior Catherine Trout. You'll be hearing her name a lot tonight. She's the star of their team. Tallest player by far on the floor and superior skills. We'll do our best to keep her from damaging the polyurethane on our side of the floor. Number 2, that's Shannon Holloway with the serve. Catherine Trout on that nice block by the Panthers. Comes right back in by Steph Jones, and one more over. Katie Kennedy keeps that ball in play. Catherine Trout doesn't get the one that time. That's Andrea Duval, number 6. The Blue Devil, Stephanie Jones from the back row. Nice dig by the libero to keep that one in play. That libero is number 14, Shannon Rice. She's wearing the white shirt for Mount Lebo. And Caitlin McGahee almost sneaks it by. Not quite that time, though. Katie Kennedy tips the net. You can play it. Net balls are playable. Down the left side this time. Caitlin McGahee with the set. To Stephanie Jones finds a spot on the Blue Devils floor. And the Panthers have a point and a side out. Trail by 1 here, very early game number 1 at 4-3. Stephanie Jones, junior, with the serve. Nice top spin. The overpass hits toward the net, but it's eased back over by the Blue Devils. Alex Davin into and rescued from the Mount Lebanon block, but it's a lift called. You got to hit it squarely with a closed fist. You can't cup your hand and lift and assist the ball back in play. That's a violation, and a turnover goes right to the Blue Devils. Left-handed serve by number 6. That's Andrea Duval. Double hit call. That's number 1, Alyssa Roper, the setter, senior setter. Double hit call. That violation sends it right back to the Panthers. What the referee gods giveth, the referee gods taketh away. That evens it up. Jump server, Caitlin McGahee goes just long, a couple of feet long. She'll get that serve in next time she's up. That gift heads over to Mount Lebo. They come up with the serve, and this is Catherine Trout, the junior hitter, with the serve. And Alex Corey should have gotten out of the way of that. It walloped her right in the number on the back of her jersey. She'd have been better served to get out of the way. That serve was headed long, but since it touched her, that counts as an ace for the Blue Devils. Catherine Trout serving from way back. Bridget Slowey with the kill attempt. Dribbles off the side of her wrist into the net. Point for the Blue Devils. 8-4 Blue Devil lead right now. That overpass heads right into the Mount Lebo zone where number 7, Kelsey Janison, puts it right back on the St. Clair side, and Coach Yoko Nagawa takes her first charge timeout of the night, trying to regroup, get the troops in gear here. This is early game jitters. It's game number 1. The Blue Devils have a 9-4 lead right now. But the good news is there's plenty of time to come back at this one. The Panthers, as usual, play their team full of juniors. As you may recall, if you've been watching these telecasts, there are no seniors on this squad. There's a healthy group of juniors and a large group of sophomores coming up behind them. But right now, there's that void in the seniors, and that puts us up against a lot of teams playing all juniors or all seniors. This Mount Lebo team is also heavily junior-laden, with one starting senior. 2, actually. Alyssa Roper and Shannon Holloway, numbers 1 and 2. And the rest of their team is basically juniors and a couple of sophomores. But Catherine Trout, the junior hitter for the Blue Devils, continues with the serve from way back behind the band line. Alex Corey digs it out. Katie Mahenko didn't quite find the open spot that time. Lofted over by Hannah Rice. Katie Mahenko that time off the Lebo block and over the back line. It's side out and point for the Panthers. They get one of those points back within 4. Panthers trailing 9-5. Still a long way to go in this one. The junior Alex Davin starts up with the serve. One of those top spin diving serves handled by Catherine Trout. To the left side. From the back row, that's Stephanie Jones. A little bit out of position, sort of fooled her. Hits that one into the net. And a side out and back to the Blue Devils with a 5-point lead at 10-5. Alyssa Roper, she's a senior, with the serve. Katie Kennedy lost that ball over on the second hit. Didn't fool the Blue Devils. Katie digs it back out of the net, lofted over by Alex Davin, keeping the ball in play. To the left side. Sarah Shearman with that one for the Blue Devils. Bridget Slowey for the Panthers. These longest rally of the night so far. The back set to the right side, and it sails long out of bounds, but tipped. Looks like Alex Davin might have gotten a fingernail tip on that one as it was on its way out of bounds. That means it's point for the Blue Devils. 11-5, 6-point Mount Lebanon lead. Stephanie Jones sort of handcuffed Alyssa Roper that time, and the Panthers get the side out and point back within 5, 11-6. Way long that time. A big hit by Kate Bigor. She's an outside hitting freshman and daughter of the head coach of the Blue Devils. Sails about 5 feet long, and it's point for the Panthers. Bridget Slowey continues with the serve. Right side attempt, had a nice look at it. That was Sarah Shearman, a sophomore outside hitter, had a great look, but put that one into the net. 3 points in a row. A 3-point run for the Panthers to bring them back within 3 at 11-8. Bridget Slowey continues with the serve. That was Kate Bigor again from the left side. Hit it right in front of Bridget Slowey. With power, those slicing attacks are tough to defend. Sarah Shearman with the serve goes long. Another gift for the Panthers, and this brings junior Katie Mahenko. Two Katies, 1 Kate, 3 Alexes, 2 Corys. This team is full of duplicate names. I'll do my best to keep it straight for you. And that's Catherine Trout way up high. And finds a spot on the St. Clair side. Gets them back to a 4-point lead at 13-9. This will be the libero up for a serve this time. Hannah Rice, the sophomore, with a serve. Not much on it. The back set to Caitlin McGahey, and the slicing move off a tip off the fingertips of Sarah Shearman. There's a side out and point for the Panthers, and the second successful attack of the night for Caitlin McGahey. Katie Kennedy now with the knuckle serve. Just dumped over the net. That trick didn't work. Panthers are ready for it. Stephanie Jones comes up with power, but returned nicely by the Blue Devils. Caitlin McGahey tried the off balance, but that came right back to us. And a nice dig by Katie Kennedy. Doesn't result in any, didn't get it quite high enough to deal with. Point for the Blue Devils. Back to 4 at 14-10. This will be the senior Shannon Holloway doing the serving for the Blue Devils. That one sort of had a diving knuckle to it. It dove to the floor right in front of Alex Corey's feet. She didn't have much of a chance at that one, and it's an ace and a point for the Blue Devils, a 5-point lead at 15-10. Same serve again. Alex Corey handles it this time to Caitlin McGahey. Just dumps the ball over the net, but didn't fool the Blue Devils. See if we can do it again. Stephanie Jones off the block. From the left side, into the net, dug out by Katie Kennedy, back over by Alex Davin. Very nicely done by Katie Kennedy. One more great dig by Katie Kennedy, and she lofts it over that time. The Panthers have come up with some defense against that. It was a large attacks, but that time, that one was just oozed over the net by Alyssa Roper and found its spot right in the middle of the donut hole, and the Blue Devils have built back a 6-point lead at 16-10. Knuckle serve. Alex Corey handles it. The set to Alex Davin on the left side. Dribbles off the Lebo block. And Alex Davin with her first successful kill of the night. Brings the Panthers back within 5 at 16-11. Stephanie Jones with the sailing knuckle serve. Got right into the net that time. This is a nice block by the Panthers, but comes right back to the Blue Devils. Alex Corey in from the back row. Double hit called on Alex Corey. That's when the two hands don't hit the ball at the same time. Results in 2 separate hits. Then the violation sends the side out and ball right back to the Blue Devils. The left-handed serve of Andrea Duval that time. Katie Kennedy just lofts the ball back over, keeps that ball in play after the net ball. Successful Blue Devil attack now builds to the largest lead of the game, right now at 18-11. Remember, the game goes to 25. You have to win it by 2. And the left-hander Andrea Duval continues with the Mount Lebo serve. Bridges slowly from the left side off the Lebo block and goes backwards out of bounds off the hands of number 4, Sarah Sherman. Gets the Panthers a point and side out, and junior Caitlin McGahey back with the serve. If we can locate the ball, it seems to have gone into Neverland. There it is. Found its way under the stands. The ball is back in play, and we can continue. We assume it's the same ball, and they're not playing the lead ball trick on us. No jump serve this time from Caitlin McGahey. Bridget Slowey might have gone out of bounds, but recovered by the Blue Devils. Lofted over on the third ball. There's the set to Katie Mahenko into the Lebo block. The back set to Catherine Trout when she gets one of those delightful sets. There's not much anybody can do about it. There's too much power and too much placement. 7-point Lebo lead at 19-12. And there's Catherine Trout, the junior, with the serve. Alex Davin. There's Katie Mahenko off the wrist of Sarah Sherman, out of bounds. Point and side out to the Panthers, who could use a couple of points in a row here. Substitution on the floor. Number 5, that's her first action of the night. Anna Sims, a junior outside hitter, and Sarah Sherman takes a spot on the bench, but I expect she'll be back soon. Alex Davin with the Panther serve. Dug out of there and basically kept in play. Let's see if the Panthers can use this. Katie Mahenko off the tap, lands in bounds. 2 points in a row for the Panthers, back within 5 at 19-14. Alex Davin, the junior, with the serve. Sails long. Good call by the Blue Devils. They saw it go along only by about a foot, but that gets them into 20. Substitution for the Blue Devils. Number 10 on the floor now. That's just Kate Bigor. She's a freshman. She's back on the floor. And Shannon Holloway, the senior libero, takes a spot on the bench. Alex Davin from the back row, keeping the ball in play. Dug out nicely there by Bridget Slowey and Stephanie Jones from the back row. It lands tipped. Tip ball and lands out. Side out end point to the Panthers. Trailing by 5. Needing to string a few in a row here to see if we can salvage game number 1 of this best of 5 match. There's a little bit of confusion. It looked like a decent bump, but number 7, Kelsey Janison, had a look at it, saw somebody coming out of the corner of her eye and let it drop. 4-point deficit for the Panthers at 20-16. That one lands in. That was on the stripe, sure enough. I saw the line judge first give an out call, but even from the 21st row where I'm sitting, that one was in. The first ace of the night, and that goes to Bridget Slowey. Panthers within 3 at 20-17. Kate Bigor with that attack, dug out by the Panthers. Well done at the net. Those are kind of tough to drag off that net, but she did it. Stephanie Jones off the hand. Oh, not a good choice by number 14 for the Blue Devils, Hannah Rice. She should have let that one sail out of bounds. Tried to get it with one wrist. It didn't quite work, and that one just fell out of bounds. And a nice 3-point run for the Panthers. Brings them back within 2 now at 20-18. A very good time for the Panthers to have strung a couple of points together here to keep this match from getting out of hand. Right now, or it's still real early in the match, but Caitlin McGahee has 2 good kills. Alex Davin 1. Katie Kennedy has dug out a couple of very nice plays to keep momentum going and not let the automatic points happen. And the only ace of the match for the Panthers has been served by Bridget Slowey, who I think will be continuing the serving. Yep, sure enough, Bridget Slowey continues the serving. And no substitutions for the Panthers as I see it. No one except for the libero flitting in and out. There's been no substitutions for the Panthers yet tonight. Bridget Slowey with the serve, long again. This time it does go just a foot long. She was trying to find that paint again, but not quite that time. 3-point Blue Devil lead at 21-18. Sarah Sherman with that serve. Stephanie Jones on the left side off a block. Well, it either hit the net and went out of bounds or hit the antenna. I couldn't see quite where I was standing, but it is a point for the Blue Devils. 22-18 now. They need only 3 to close out this first game of the match to see if the Panthers can't get a few of these points back. Into the Katie Mahenko block. The first great block for a point of the night goes to Katie Mahenko, the junior middle hitter for the Panthers. And Caitlin McGahee, number 11, scoots back on the floor. Libero Alex Corey sits out. Jump serve by Katie Mahenko. Oh, that was way long. She got under that one. A little too much muscle. We got to keep her out of the weight room, I think. That point goes to the Blue Devils, and they have a 4-point lead at 23-19. Back set, and Caitlin McGahee off the hands again of Santa Rice. 3 kills on the night for Caitlin McGahee. And Katie Kennedy with the serve needs a couple of points right now to keep this one going. That's a decent start. Now let's see if the Panthers can use it to the left side, and Stephanie Jones just dumps the ball over, but the Blue Devils dig that one out as well. Katie Kennedy with one more great dig. Bridget Slowey finds the back left. And the Panthers now within 2. They need to keep this one going. 4 points, wins the match. Let's see what Katie Kennedy's got up her sleeve. Oh, she's not wearing any sleeves, but see if she can come up with a clever serve here. Caitlin McGahee with a tap down on the Mount Lebo floor. And the Panthers on a good time in this match are back within 1 at 23-22 and 4 killer points for Caitlin McGahee. Come on, Katie, get that serve in. She did that part of it. Way long, and this match is all knotted up. Now what happens here is if the Panthers come up with 2 points in a row, this first game is over. Well, coach of Montlebo, Dawn Bigor, takes a timeout, and the Panthers have scratched their way back in this one to tie it at 23. And the winning team of the game, to win the game, the team has to win by 2. So what happens now is if one of these 2 teams wins 2 points in a row, game's over. But if they should each exchange points now to 24, it's still the first 1 to 2. Then the game goes into extra frames, extra innings, overtime. And it won't end on 25 points. But the Panthers keep the momentum going right now. Katie Kennedy with that serve. Tough one for the Blue Devils to handle. They can't do anything with it. Good chance for the Panthers now. And Steph Jones off the block and out of bounds. The Panthers have taken control here at 24-23. One more point wins game number 1 after being down by as many as 7. The Panthers are right back in this. Now, this isn't necessarily an advantage because the first team to handle the ball gets first shot at an attack. And that's what the Blue Devils have right here in the hands of Catherine Trout. Wide, out of bounds, and Upper St. Clair takes game number 1, 25-23. We'll take a quick break. It'll only be a millisecond for you, but it's 3 minutes for us. We'll be right back. Hang with us. We are back for game number 2 of this best-of-5 match between the homestanding Panthers of Upper St. Clair and the Blue Devils of Mount Lebanon in girls volleyball. I'm Kevin McGahey. Mike Muller's my cameraman. And the Panthers have taken game number 1, as you just saw, 25-23. Now let's see if they can keep the momentum going here in game number 2. Caitlin McGahey starts it off on a gorgeous set with her 5th successful attack of the night. And the Panthers draw first blood in game number 2 at 1-0. It's a long way to go, but it's certainly a good start. Katie Kennedy, the junior, with the serve. Lofted over. Alex Corey gets the set from Katie Kennedy to Steph Jones on the left side, and Stephanie Jones off the Mount Lebo block and out of bounds, and the St. Clair Panthers take the first 2 points of game number 2. 2 kills on the night for Steph Jones. Kind of an overpass. Yeah, now well done. Well dug out by Bridget Slowey. Confused. I know the Blue Devils didn't think Bridget Slowey was going to get to that, but she dug that right off the floor, keeping the ball in play. And it's 3 points to open this match for the Panthers. Make it 4. Caitlin McGahey takes the overpass and shoves that right back down on the Mount Lebanon polyurethane, and it's a 4-0 Mount Lebo deficit early here in game number 4. Let's see if Katie Kennedy can keep this one going. There's the back to the right side. Katie Kennedy digs it, and it's recovered, pulled out of there by Alex Davin. That's what just happened to us. Catherine Trout takes the overpass and gets the first attack, the first successful kill of game number 2 for the Blue Devils. 4-1 Panther lead. Alex Corey with a diving, rolling return that time. She picks up that serve very nicely. The back set to Catherine Trout off the hands of Bridget Slowey. When Catherine Trout gets rolling here, well, this could be trouble. We'll have to get her off the front line as soon as we can. A couple of side outs, and the rotation will send Catherine Trout to the back line, which is exactly where we want her. The overpass goes right back to the Blue Devils. And again, the overpass and the place block. That time, Caitlin McGahey didn't do it with power. She did it with location. And that's one of those side outs we need to get Catherine Trout moving around the Mount Lebo zone. This is junior Stephanie Jones now with the serve and a 3-point Panther lead at 5-2. Again, the overpass heads into the net. Caitlin McGahey, 8 kills on the night already, midway through game number 2 for Caitlin McGahey. Stephanie Jones now continues with that serve. Could be another nice one. This was just a free ball. Now the Panthers get a chance to use it. The back set to Kate McGahey. And again, off the hands of number 4, Sarah Sherman. 9 kills on the night for Caitlin McGahey. What a night for her so far. And a 5-point Panther lead at 7-2. From the back line. And out of bounds. A lovely run for the Panthers right now. 2 substitutions. one substitution, sorry. Number 5 on the floor for the Blue Devils. This is Anna Sims, a junior outside hitter. Steph Jones continues with that serve. It should go long. Catherine Trout couldn't keep it in that time. 9-2, a 7-point Panther lead. And the bench has come alive over there. You can probably hear them on the microphone, generating some serious noise for these Panthers. Not much on it that time. The set to the left side, Bridget Slowey. 2 kills on the night for Bridget Slowey, and Dawn Bigor, coach of the Blue Devils, has seen enough here in game number 2 with an 8-point deficit, or lead rather, for the Panthers. This is I've seen every home match and a couple of the away ones. This is the best I've seen this Panther team play yet this year, and it's always easy to get fired up for the Blue Devils. That's an arch rival and a neighbor of ours who has spent the last 3 years pretty well thrashing us. I know this is a great ego boost for the girls, and I'll try to keep you up to speed as best I can, but it's the night of her life so far for Caitlin McGahee, with 9 kills, leading by far everybody else on the Panthers. Stephanie Jones with 2, Bridget Slowey with 2, and Alex Davin with 1. Stephanie Jones now continues with the serve, and the 8-point Panther lead at 10-2. The overpass into the net, handled from the back row. Alex Corey goes backwards. Oh, that one with some confusion there. I'm sure Alex Corey thought Katie Kennedy was after it. It lands right in front of the feet of the back line. Still good. These side outs mean Catherine Trout is moving around the floor. That's what we like to see. Get her off the front row. Double hit on that set. Not well done. Caitlin McGahee had a good look at it, but the double hit by Katie Kennedy sends that point over to the Blue Devils. Substitution now, number 4 back on the floor. That's the sophomore Sarah Sherman. Andrea Duval with the serve by the Blue Devils, trailing by 6. 10-4 Panther lead. Alex Davin with the slicing attack, picked up by Shannon Holloway. The second goes backward. That's always a good thing. Double hit call that time. Hannah Rice with a double hit for the Blue Devils, and the side out, and the point go to the Panthers. Well done now. Moving Catherine Trout across the floor. She'll get this one on the back set. Handled by Steph Jones. Back to the left side of Bridget Slowey. Have to bring it back in from the back row. Just shoved over the net. Katie Mehenko comes right back to the Panthers. Dug out of the net, and Caitlin McGahee gets it over. From the left side off the St. Clair block and out of bounds. That was number 4. That's Sarah Sherman, the sophomore. But what we have right now is Catherine Trout doing the serving on the back row. Good spot for her. I mean, she cannot do these attacks from the front row. Now's the time right now for the Panthers to string a couple of points together. She serves from way back. Almost fooled Alex Corey again. Into the net and just dinked over, barely whiffed over the net that time. Bridget Slow, just dinked back over the net on a miraculous 4 hits called. Well, I didn't quite count them, but it looks like referee the McSwiggan did, and that was 4 hits, and over it went. Side out and point to the Panthers. This is what we want now. 7-point lead at 12-5. Nice hit with power, Sarah Sherman from the left side. Side out and point for the Blue Devils. They substitute liberally here, and this brings us the freshman Kate Bigor back on the floor. Shannon Holloway takes a seat. Back set to Katie Mehenko. The slice goes right to Catherine Trout. On the 2 ball into the Katie Mehenko block. That one for a St. Clair point. 2 blocks by Katie Mehenko tonight for points. And the Panthers keep that 7-point lead, but now it's time to string a couple together. The overpass by Catherine Trout comes right back here. Steph Jones on the left side, in and off this Mount Lebanon block. Stephanie Jones with her third great kill of the night. And it's an 8-point Panther lead at 14-6. There won't be one this time for the Blue Devils either. Alex Davin to the Katie Kennedy set to Katie Mahenko. Oh, well, made it over. Not much style. They won't get much for style points, but it did go over. Oh, too bad that time. It came off the Lebo block. Katie Kennedy had a pretty good dig at it, but a little awkward. Not enough to keep it in play. And the serve goes over to the Blue Devils. Sarah Sherman with that serve. Looked like the Red Sea parted in front of them. Bridget Slowey bumped it nicely, got some loft on it. But the Panthers stood around, everybody kind of looked at it and watched it drop for an ace for the Blue Devils. And one of those knuckle serves floating, you could see it from here. A double hit on that set again. Second time Katie Kennedy's had that call tonight. That's where two hands hit the ball at two different times. You can hit it with two hands, but they have to be at the same time. Not quite that time. And the Blue Devils are back within 5 at 14-9. Stephanie Jones off the block. Recovered by the Blue Devils. Katie Mahenko, the set was behind her, awkward for her. Couldn't get any power on it. Alex Davin to Katie Kennedy. Steph Jones pounds it right at Catherine Trout's feet. Side out, point for the Panthers. And a 6-point lead again at 15-9. Jump server, Katie Mahenko now. See if she can dive one in. Saw that top spin, just dives and it gets over the net. Left hand didn't fool the Panthers, but now from the back row, Bridget Slowey to the net. The short set off the St. Clair block. Again from the back row. Stephanie Jones off the block, but the Blue Devils handle it very nicely. And for a point, that's the left-handed number 6, Andrea Duval. Now it's the Blue Devils hanging around just like the Panthers did in game number 1. It's a 5-point lead for the Panthers at 15-10. Steph Jones does it in, called in, sure enough. On the white stripes, Stephanie Jones, 4 kills on the night for her. Katie Kennedy now with the serve. The bad news is Catherine Trout is back on the front line for Lebo. Almost recovered that time. Alex Corey had a good look at it, didn't come back with power. Catherine Trout guided it over the net. And the Panthers almost dug that one out. You like to see the girls diving for those balls. The last thing you want to see is them stare at one as it heads toward the floor. 5-point Panther lead, 16-11. Low driving serve. The back set to Kate McGahey, and off the Lebo block and out of bounds. 10 on the night for Caitlin McGahey. Side out back to the Panthers, and now it's time to keep Catherine Trout moving across that front line. Stephanie Jones, a junior, with the serve. Alex Davin into the Lebo block. Bridget Slowey, yes, lands in. Tipped and lands in. We get it either way. Bridget Slowey, 3 kills on the night for her. 7-point lead for the Panthers in very nice territory at 18-11 here. Steph Jones with that diving serve from the back row. Not much Lebo could do with it that time. But the back set to Caitlin McGahey off the hands of Shannon Holloway. And Caitlin McGahey's getting some nice sets here and some successful kills. Another timeout called by Dawn Bigor, coach of the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. It's just a pleasure to see this finally come together here after so many years of watching. An 8-point lead is something that the Panthers, I can't remember having ever had in 3 years on the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Playing again with this team full of juniors. against the junior and senior, basically, team from the Blue Devils. Caitlin McGahee still leads all hitters with 11 kills for the Panthers. Stephanie Jones with 4, Bridget Slowy with 3, and Alex Davin with 1. None of this happens without good sets from the number 2, that's junior Katie Kennedy. 2 great blocks for points from Katie Mahenko. 4 sensational digs from Katie Kennedy. Stephanie Jones, the junior, with the serve now. Substitution, yes, Alyssa Roper has gotten back on the floor for the Blue Devils. She's number 1. A floating knuckle serve. You can read the print on the ball from here when those serves come through. Left there to Bridget Slowy, in and off the block, and another. Bridget Slowy kill 4 on the night for her, and a 9-point St. Clair lead at 20-11. Steph Jones once again with the serve. The bump, the overpass goes back over the net, into the net, and sure enough, I guess I'll credit that to Caitlin McGahee. She hit it back, and it dribbled off a few hands and out of bounds. 10-point lead for the Panthers at 21-11. For the first time, we see number 8. This is Lisa Billick, a junior defensive specialist. Stephanie Jones with the serve, goes right to her. Test for the first time on the floor, and that little shove over the net doesn't fool anybody. Bridget Slowy off the block and recovered by the Blue Devils. Very nicely done by Katie Kennedy. One more great dig for her into the St. Clair block. Caitlin McGahee that time. Alex Corey with the dig. Bridget Slowy lands in. 5 kills on the night for Bridget Slowy. And the Panthers have doubled up the Blue Devils at 22-11. Steph Jones with that serve. Way long. No tip. Andrea Duval thought somebody from the St. Clair Panthers had hit it. Not true. 23-11. 2 more points for the Panthers to capture game number 2. That she had to be somebody. She had to have been over the net. Yeah. Catherine Trout went for a good look at that one, but she had a foot under the net across the black line, and it's now game point for the Panthers at 24-11. Steph Jones continues with the serve. Oh, and that one goes right into the net. That net 7'4". That one came in at about 6'10". And a gift for the Blue Devils. The Panthers still only need 1 point to put this one away. The left-handed serve, handled by Alex Corey. From the back row, Steph Jones into the net, had a really good look at it, but got a little bit over the top of it. Shoved it down into the net. Andrea Duval continues with the serve for the Blue Devils. Bridget Slowy with the finishing point. And the Panthers have come away with game number 2 of this best-of-5 match, 25-13. We'll take one more quick break here to recover my voice and composure, and we'll be right back in a few seconds for game number 3. Stay right with us. Thanks for staying with us, everybody, and welcome back to game number 3 of what has turned out to be a pretty remarkable girls volleyball match tonight for the Upper St. Clair Panthers against the powerful Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, who spent the early part of this season ranked in the top 5 in Whoopio. Whereas the Panthers have been on a growth spurt here, having finally seen some of the talent we knew was here all the while. My name's Kevin McGahee. My cameraman, you know, is Mike Muller, and we are ready for game number 3 of this best-of-5 match. If the Panthers take this one, it's over. Stephanie Jones to Kate McGahee. Nicely dug out of there by Hannah Rice of the Blue Devils, and it's just lofted back in play. Off the set, the back set, and the slide play doesn't quite work. Goes right into the Catherine Trout block. That slide play is pretty reliable. Kate McGahee was a couple of steps too far back from the net that time to make that one work to perfection. And Mount Lebanon draws first blood of game number 2. Somebody's a Lebo. I thought it was Katie Kennedy in the net there for a minute, but one of the Lebo players was in the net. And the violation sends the side out, and ball over to the Panthers. Junior Katie Kennedy now has the serve. Coach Dawn Bigor pretty incensed about that, and Katie Kennedy didn't have a good look at that when it falls right smack in the middle of the net, and the gift sends the serve back over to the Blue Devils. But with any luck, that'll keep Catherine Trout zipping across the front line and headed toward the back where we need her. This is Shannon Holloway, the senior, with the serve. Kate McGahee zips it, just dunks it right over the net. Off the structure. Oh, you can actually play it off the structure. That one went way up and hit the basketball goal that's suspended above the net. You can play it off that, but not that time. Alex Corey was headed where it would have been had it not gone into the structure, and Mount Lebanon with an early 3-1 lead in game number 3, that is. Let's see if the Panthers can get a side out and get that point back. The great Kate McGahee blocked that time to keep that ball on the Lebo side. The double hit from Alex Davin. Good chance for the Panthers that time, but the double hit violation. Double hit violation sends the ball back to Lebo in a 4-1 lead in game number 3. Let the Panthers get the composure back in a big hurry. Katie Kennedy to Kate McGahee off the block and brought back by the Blue Devils. To the left side, and Steph Jones. Another double hit. This is getting ridiculous now. The referee's calling them tight. That's easily 4, maybe 5 double hit giveaways tonight for the Panthers. Not much on that set. Kate McGahee did the best she could with it to just ooze that one back over the net. Steph Jones now dug out of there really well by Hannah Rice. And the double hit called on the Blue Devils this time. Well, the referee's got her eyes on what's going on here. This is the most double hits we've seen called in one match really all season long. But that one works out for the Panthers, and Stephanie Jones, the junior, with the serve. Catherine Trout gets way under that one and sails it about 8 feet long. Point for the Panthers to get back in this one. 2-point deficit, 5-3 Blue Devil lead. Basically from the back row that time, Alex Corey. Well played by Caitlin McGahee, and Bridget, not much power at that time. The place block works well that time for the Blue Devils. Alyssa Roper, number 1, finds a spot on the Panther floor. They get the side out. Still nice. We'll be moving Catherine Trout across that front line net. The left-handed serve handled by Alex Corey. Caitlin McGahee, didn't quite find the bot on that time. I thought I heard a whistle. No violation. Bridget Slowey. Oh, a good shot at the place block. Bridget Slowey. Or it might have been Stephanie Jones, sorry, comes up short into the Panther net on what was a very good chance for a point, and it's a 7-3 Lebo lead. Bridget Slowey keeping the ball just in play. The back set slide play works to Catherine Trout, finds it just inside the back right corner. No. There's some controversy here. I think the line judges called it incorrectly. It landed right at her feet. I know she didn't have a very good look at it, but let's see how this one comes out. Even from the whatever I'm sitting in the 15th row here, that one clearly landed in. Coach Bigor has a pretty good case right now for the Blue Devils, but let's see how the referees sort this out. And they decide to replay the point. Now, that's because there's a conflict between what the line judge in the corner saw, and the referees apparently didn't have an umpire didn't have a really good look at it, so they will play the point over. It goes back to 7-3, and in all the confusion, that one lands in for an ace, and the Blue Devils end up with the point anyway, and a 5.83 lead. The left-hander, number 6, Andrea Duval, with the serve. Oh, overpass that time, and the Panthers pay the Catherine Trout kill on the overpass, and rightly so. Coach Yoko Nagao just takes a minute here to calm down the team. With all the confusion there of that point call and all the yelling and all that's all going on, this is the exact right thing to do, to regain everybody's composure and see what they can't do to restart where we left off last game. And as you've been watching, I hope on this telecast, the Panthers won game number 1 at 25-23 and really did some damage in game number 2 at 25-13, but have dug themselves a 6-point hole here early in game number 3, and they could use some relief right now with a couple of quick points to send Catherine Trout to the back row. Alyssa Roper with that serve. Caitlin McGahee off the Lebo blocks. They smelled it out that time. Alex Davin, the junior, and that sails way up into the structure. Nobody's coming back with that one. Yeah, that was way out of bounds. Again, the structure is in play, and you have to do the best you can with it, and I don't know any team that could have come down with that one. Yeah, pity the Blue Devils on that one, but it works out for us. Side out and point, and the junior Caitlin McGahee with the serve. Way long for Catherine Trout of the Blue Devils, came from way back behind the net. Caitlin McGahee continues with the serve, and she'll use the jump serve this time. Good, she's got a good one. Catherine Trout just shoves the ball over the net. Much for her to work with that time. To the right side, Alex Davin off a tip. Andrea Duval got her fingernail tip on that one, and it sails long. And the Panthers are edging their way back in this one now with a 3-point deficit at 9-6 after being down by 5. Caitlin McGahee with that jump serve. Sails long by about 3 feet. Had a little bit too much on it. Got to get her out of the weight room. Sometimes you get underneath them a little bit. Sometimes not quite enough top spin. But this is Catherine Trout doing the serving. And that's nice. That's what the Panthers need. Katie Mahenko. That one goes right to the net. Oh, recovered nicely. Let's see if the Panthers can use it. The Katie Mahenko block. Third of the night. Point scoring block for Katie Mahenko. Gets the side out and point to the Panthers now, trailing by 3 at 10-7. Blue Devil lead. Alex Davin, the junior, now with the serve. Sort of a knuckle serve. You could read the print of the ball right into the net, and the ace will take it. That ball didn't come back. That counts as an ace. Second of the night for the Panthers. First of the night for Alex Davin. Substitution from out Lebanon. Number 3, Colleen Cusick, senior setter on the floor, and Shannon Holloway takes a seat on the bench. Alex Davin, junior, with the serve. Smelled out nicely by Alex Davin that time. Just lofted back over. Alex Corey to Katie Kennedy to Bridget Slowey. Yes! Finds a open spot on that Lebo side, and the Panthers are back within 1, trailing 10-9, game number 3 of this best-of-5 match. Alex Davin once again with the serve. Could have gone long, but Hannah Rice returned it. And from the back row, not much the Blue Devils can do. Katie Kennedy to Katie Mahenko off the block. Bridget Slowey with a great look at it. And that attack has knotted this match up. 2 Bridget Slowey kills back-to-back, 7 on the night for her. And that's a 10-10 all knotted up in game number 3. Game goes to 25. You have to win by 2. Alex Davin with that serve, the overpass right back into the net, and miraculously dug out of there by the Blue Devils. Katie Mahenko, though. Looks like it's off a Lebo. Hand tipped out of bounds, and the Panthers have their first lead of game number 3 now at 11-10, having put together 6 points. I think it's 6 points in a row. Alex Davin with the serve. Goes long by just about a foot, a little bit too much on it. That gift inside out goes to the Blue Devils. 11-11, all knotted up. Game number 3. Dangerous, goes backwards, but Steph Jones finds a way to get it over. And that one was going out. Hannah Rice brought it back in. Someone was in the net. I'm sorry, I didn't see who it was. One of the Panthers was in the net. Blue Devils gives them the lead back at 12-11. Bridget Slowey again off the Mount Lebo block. 8 kills for Bridget Slowey tonight, brings it back to 12-12, all tied up again. This the closest game of the match so far. Bridget Slowey with that serve. And from the right side, off the St. Clair block and out of bounds, that's Sarah Shearman, the sophomore. Outside hitter. Looks like Lebo has some good things coming down the pike with experience. 13-12, Mount Lebo lead. Yep, off of St. Clair tip. One way or another, that left-handed attack by Andrea Duval finds its way onto the floor. She's got that funny hop step when she goes up for an attack. You know it's come with power when you see her kick those heels up. 2-point Lebo lead. Alex Davin to Katie Kennedy. Alex Corey to the back row. Nothing for the Blue Devils to work with that time. But Katie Mahenko gets a chance off the hand and lofted back over. The St. Clair Panthers get another shot at it. This time it's over to Stephanie Jones into a Lebo block. Still in play. Back set to Katie Mahenko. And Katie Mahenko, her second successful kill of the night, gets the side out. And point to the Panthers. Back within one, 14-13. And jump server Katie Mahenko. That's what that jump serve does. You see how it just headed straight for the floors across the net. And that's an ace for Katie Mahenko, her first of the night, third for the team. And another one, bases back to back by Katie Mahenko, gets the lead back for the Panthers at 15-14. 1-point Panther lead in this jump serve. When it comes at you with that vicious topspin, it's very tough to handle. I wouldn't want to have to return it. Came back that time and a dig by Katie Kennedy keeps that ball in play. 6 great dig. Caitlin McGahee that time stuffs it right back in the Blue Devils' lap. 13 scoring kills for Caitlin McGahee tonight to lead everybody on our team by a wide margin. And it's a 2-point Panther lead at 16-14. Timeout. Mount Lebanon, my goodness. And here in game number 3, the Panthers have fought their way back into this one just like they did in game number 1, when somewhere during the middle of that game everybody gave them up for dead. Here they are back in this thing with a 2-point lead. Caitlin McGahee, the junior middle hitter, leading all attackers with 13 kills tonight. Bridget Slowey having a tremendous game number 3 with 8 now. Stephanie Jones with 4, Katie Mahenko 2, and Alex Davin 1. Katie Mahenko's got 3 blocks for points and 2 aces to go along with that. You don't often see aces at this level of play, but I'm telling you, 4 on the night for the Panthers, and the Blue Devils have a few as well. Sorry, I haven't been keeping track of those. But Katie Mahenko continues with this jump serve. Let's see if she can fool them again. The back set into the Kate McGahee block, and she gets it back again. Bridget Slowey to Katie Kennedy to the left side, and Steph Jones called out. Thought that one had a chance, actually, but the line judge called it out. No protest from Coach Nagao, so that's that. The side out and point go to the Panthers, and I think that puts Catherine Trout back on the front row. That's not good news. Steph Jones lofts it back over right to where one of the Lebo players was standing. No point there, but that one sails long. No tip. It's side out, and one more point for the Panthers, and one more shot at scooting Catherine Trout across the net. Number 5 checks back in. This is Anna Sims, the junior outside hitter. Number 6 goes out. That's Andrea Duval, the left-hander. Katie Kennedy, the junior, with the Panther serve. Right back. Oh, Caitlin McGahey had a chance to shove that one down. Didn't quite have enough on it. Into the... I couldn't tell who got that one. I didn't know whether Stephanie Jones or Kate McGahey had that block for a point. And it's a 3-point Panther lead at 18-15. Oh, just long. Again, I thought that one had a chance, not quite enough topspin on it. A gift for the Blue Devils. Trailing by 2, 18-16 here in game number 3. You win these things by 2, a game goes to 25. And the Panthers could use one right now. Miraculously over. Great dig by Stephanie Jones to keep that ball alive. And she comes up with that attack. Didn't quite work that time. Alex Davin here from the right side into this Mount Lebo blocks. Steph Jones had a good look at it. Be a great time for the Panthers to get a side out and a point here. They'll have first look at it. The team receiving the serve has the advantage with the first chance to use a ball for a point. Steph Jones. Well, that one didn't have a lot on it, but it worked. It's not always how hard you hit him, it's where you hit him, and she hit it in the perfect spot that time for her 5th kill of the night, and she gets the serve. Panthers with a 2-point lead at 19-17. They can just keep their composure now. And nothing for the Blue Devils to work with. The Panthers get a shot at it. Caitlin McGahey off the hands of Sarah Sherman. 14 kills on the night for Kate McGahey. Hokey smokes. It's a 3-point Panther lead at 20-17. Stephanie Jones with the serve. And the block, goes out of bounds. Caitlin McGahey with a nice block, but that one sailed out. It's got to land inbounds. That one landed out of bounds. Side out, point for the Blue Devils. The back set to Caitlin McGahey. Didn't have much of a chance to get any power on it. Dug out of there by Steph Jones. Alex Corey over. Successful recovery there. Katie Kennedy got to go over this time. Alex Corey makes sure that happens. Great block, keeping the ball in play. Kate McGahey and Alex Davin that time. Catherine Trout on the dig by Katie Kennedy keeps that ball in play. Oh, one of the St. Clair players is in the net after that's a great dig by Katie Kennedy. And the Blue Devils have crept back within 1. It's 2019 Panthers now. And that serve goes way wide by Anna Sims. We'll take that gift. Because the next time the Blue Devils get the ball back, that puts Catherine Trout on the back row. Very nice. And here comes junior Caitlin McGahey. See if she uses her jump serve. Not this time. But a nice diving serve just the same. Right into the net. I guess we call that an ace. The ball didn't come back on the serve. That's an ace in my book, and it's 5 aces on the night. A 3-point Panther lead at 20. I hate to sound so astonished here, but this is really, you must believe, is the best play we've seen these girls put out so far this year against a quality team like Mount Lebanon. It's just a pleasure to see, and now this is very nice territory for the Panthers. If they can keep their composure, get themselves 3 points, this match is over. It's the first one to win 3 matches, and the Panthers have already got 2 under their belt. Caitlin McGahey with that serve. Catherine Trout into the Katie McGahey. Go! Block, but Katie was in the net. The violation gives the point and side out to Mount Lebo, but look who's serving. Look who's on that back row. And it's the vicious frontline hitter Catherine Trout. That's a good position for us, for her. 22-20, Panther lead. Katie Mehenko didn't quite find the floor that time. With power. That was Sarah Sherman for the Blue Devils off the wrist of Katie Kennedy. She had a good look at it, but there was a little too much power on that. 1 point Panther lead at 22-21. Katie Mehenko that time off the Katie Kennedy set. 3 great kills on the night for Katie Mehenko, and it's side out and point for the Panthers now. A 2-point lead at 23-21. 2 points takes the match. Alex Davin, the junior, with the serve. Great serve that time. Ow. Kind of fooled Bridget Sloy. I'm sure Bridget thought that was going to come aside. I know I did. And it's back to a 1 point Panther lead at 23-22. Alyssa Roper with the serve. Bridget Sloy off the Mount Lebo block and out of bounds. And it's match point. Actually 2 match points that the Panthers have to work with here. Junior Bridget Sloy with the serve and a very appreciative crowd who are as happy to see this match as I am. Bridget Sloy with that serve. Kate Bigor hammers that one back, but the Panthers recover. Stephanie Jones had a good look, but it goes left out of bounds. Still 1 match point for the Panthers at 24-23. Should the Blue Devils get this point, it's into overtime, but let's see what the Panthers can do. They get first crack at it here. They've got the advantage if they can handle the serve. Katie Mehenko did not find the floor that time. Shoved back over. Steph Jones into the Mount Lebo block. Block, they can touch it again. Steph Jones, as Mount Lebo handles that one too. Terrific rally, and Katie Mehenko with the match-ending kill and a 3-0 whitewash victory for the Upper St. Clair Panthers girls volleyball team. What a match. The best we've seen out of this team in 3 years. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us. The scores of those 3 games, 25-23 Panthers, 25-13 Panthers, and 25-23. Thank you, everybody, for staying with us tonight. That match didn't go quite as long as we thought it would, but thank you, Mike Muller. He was the cameraman. I'm Kevin McGahey, and we'll see you next week. Thanks, and good night, everybody.